I see you on time, huh, LaShonda? Mm-hmm. Writing down my notes right quick. How you doing? How was your day today? Yeah, I wish I could just get Kev to be on time. Uh-oh. Look, I talked him up. I talked him up. Mm-hmm.
Bad. Jay. Oh, hey, how you doing, sir?
What's happening with it, dog?
You
How
can
you doing, my
hear
brother?
me? You can hear me?
I see you right on
Good.
time today, huh? I was just about to take out the ink pen to start finding. You know what I mean?
Got my shit already.
That's it.
Yeah,
Man, look,
nothing new.
who I need to give a fine to? We already got a big hefty fine for old brother Free. What's up, big? I see you just jumped in the building. How you doing, my baby? Yeah, man.
Yeah, keep on
That old boy.
missing days.
Huh?
You keep on missing days, gonna be replaced by a box. I'm gonna say, don't worry about it. We'll get a box, enjoy your face.
Uh-huh. Hey,
I finally got my microphone hooked up to my iPhone. I look kind of good on the microphone too. I sound good.
Oh, you got headphones in?
My microphone.
And you got your microphone hooked up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Look, I hear it sounds clear.
Hey, I want to be professional.
Hey, it sounds clear. I mean, long as we don't get no distortion, bro, we're going to be all right. You know what I mean?
Free 575 right here, so it should be over in the background.
Yeah, say, bro, Fred taking his daughter out for her birthday today. They're supposed to be going out to eat today. So,
happy birthday to Fred, dog. Happy birthday, dog.
Huh?
Shout out everybody.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday, Deja May. I don't know how she made though. Yeah, I don't know how Deja made, but happy birthday, Deja. Who else we got in the building, man? We got Courtney. What's up, Cool? I see you in the building, man. What's happening with it? What's up, Brina? What's up, dog?
What's up, Miss Butler?
Yeah. I see Brina and Krypton in the building, dog. I said, bro, how was your day today?
Oh, it's just hey T. What's up, T, man? Hey man. You gotta look here. Oh, come on, all that. Lee Earl.
Well, my wife can't speak to me, dog. Well, you don't want her to speak to me, dog.
She gotta be on. It should be.
Bro, I mean, you down bad for that, dog. I can't even get spoke to out here, dog. You be down bad, bro.
You know, it's just us two today. So we gotta rock. Rock how we rock it.
Hey, bro. I see you got your hashtag I tried on. What you got on, bro?
I got my all white on. My all white hashtag.
Let's see what you got.
Let's see that.
That's not all white. That's gold, huh?
You see what the gold? Damn, don't listen to me sometimes. I know you think you're older than me, but you're not.
I see you, bro. I like that, man.
They come out of the makeup room. They're gonna look pretty good too.
You in the makeup, dog?
I'm looking for a dime. Here I go. Yeah. Just want makeup. I'm like a dime piece. Might be a quarter piece though.
What's up, man? We're in the building, man. Oh, what's up, Bird? What's up, Merle? Thank Mac Merle, bro. Yeah, man. My auntie Ava died today, y'all. Man, y'all say a prayer, man. Look, we got like about 5 deaths. Look, picture, my daddy died. My auntie Dorothy died. My cousin Duddy died. My other cousin Baldy died, and now my Auntie Ava died, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Love on y'all loved ones, bro. Y'all love on y'all loved ones. Nobody's promised tomorrow. We already know that, but y'all make sure y'all love on y'all loved ones, dog. Like I said,
all the time,
yeah,
man.
Bro. But
next day, I promise.
Yeah, yeah.
Next hour.
Huh?
Next hour, I promise to you. You can walk out the door right now.
Bro, yeah, bro. Hey, man, like I said,
holding those grudges.
Yeah.
Talk to them. Get off your chest.
Right. Family, bro. With family, bro, you can't be holding no grudges, dog. You gotta learn to get to a resolution and move forward. Yeah, bro. We said Charlie Wap last week, bro. Yeah, right, bro. What's up, Lee? I saw you jumped in the building. What's up, Tia? What's happening with it? What's up, here? I see you in the building, bro.
Yeah. What's up, D? Yeah, in there. Bird, what's up, Bird?
What's happening with it? Do you have in the building? Yeah. I ain't see that.
Stig?
What's up, Stig? My dog Stigler in the building. Yeah, man. I ain't see that boy, DL.
What's up, bro? You're late. You're getting a fine too. You and Fred.
right on name down.
Right down too. Free 50 Felicia.
Said dog. Look, you always try to find Felicia, dog. Felicia get fined more than Fred. Like look, her name up there with Fred now with the fines, dog. I had to call her. Like, look, when you gonna pay your fines? I mean, what's going on?
All them day ones that be coming late, y'all part of the team now.
See, bro. How was your day today, dog?
Productive. Should I say productive? You're productive. You know, out here, I told you though, the weather change. You know, if you're in Dallas, y'all know it's hot 1 minute, cold 1 minute. They say if you don't like Texas weather, give it 5 minutes, it will change. They ain't lying, boy. That be changing like it might be a Gemini. It always changes on you.
Yeah, you was up under the weather, huh?
Still,
what that is?
Still, oh, this Therafluid Hennessy. I call it Thera Hennessy. Got that Thera Hennessy in that cup, boy.
That's that Thera Hen?
Thera Hen, dog. Football said, get some whiskey and knock it right out. So fuck it. Thera Hen it is, dog. I got me a new drink called Thera Hen. Y'all anybody start calling that bitch down, want my money for it too.
That Thera Hen?
Yeah. Yeah. Knock you right out, boy. Knock everything out. I'm telling you, y'all start sending my shit. I want my credit for it too. Send a text to All Love shoot.
Why you put Hennessy in your Theraflu, dog? What's going on, man?
I want a different taste. I figure one gonna knock my car or knock me out, so I'm taking my chance.
Dog, say, bro, why you so stupid, dog?
Do not drive, operate any equipment after drinking this. I'm telling you, because you will get.
I don't even know if you're gonna be up at the end of the show after drinking that. You talk.
I'm telling y'all not. If anybody don't come out and drink that Thera Hennessy, I want my money.
What is called again?
Thera Hennessy. Let's call it the Hennessy. I want you to go by there and bird to say, let me get a shot at Hennessy, that Theraflu in the needle.
Boy, you stupid, dog. You stupid. Say it, bro. Say it, dog. I even hate to say it. Let's go ahead on and get this show started. Get the joke of the day, dog. It's like you already got my head.
I got y'all attention, boy. I'm telling you, no get more ass anybody I know. I mean, boy, they all kind of ass. They fucking Charlie. Charlie fucking everybody. So I got y'all attention. Now that I got y'all attention, let's get the show started. with
Oh
the
my
get the
God.
asthma pump back up. I got more because of asthma attacks. Can't kill my co-host. It's this up. We all we got. G Money and Nino Brown. Since we on the air, let me tell y'all something.
You got
Y'all
all
be
my
girl
fucking
over here
face
too.
in
You girl get these BLTs and these BWLs and BBDLs. What the fuck y'all be trying to get? Stop that shit. Y'all got niggas. Y'all got asses so big. Nigga behind y'all try to hit y'all from the back. I run to the front and say, "You like that?" And run back to the back. Y'all motherfucking get niggas be walking talking after a while, hit you from the back. Excuse me, you like that? Go a little bit to the left, babe. No, drop it. Motherfucking big asses y'all got running around here and shit.
Oh my God, dog, that gotta be dog. You gotta stop me.
I'm gonna stop, though. Let's get the show started. We got too much stuff to talk about. I'll be all day cracking jokes, dog. You know how I get.
Say, bro, you gotta stop, though. Say, bro. Oh my fucking God. Say, bro, let's get this show started. Y'all already know, man. That's Kev the comedian. I'm E-Guy the creator. Y'all already know what's the name of the show. All Love Over Here. The name of the show is All Love Over Here. Y'all know our job every week, man, is to bring y'all educational or entertaining show. All depends on the topic. I'm still sweating laughing at this dude. All depends on the topic if the show gonna be educational or entertaining, right? Today, the show is about autism awareness. Autism awareness. I'm glad I finally got to this topic. I had a few parents, man, and a few is 3 or more that hit me up about this topic. They wanted to make sure that we address it. But I wanted to get the correct guess to be able to elaborate on it, right? Because autism is itself is on a spectrum, and the spectrum is constantly growing. So there's no definite answers to why. So you can't put nobody in the corner and for them to give you an answer on why is this happening, but they can tell you about some research and their experience. Today I'm gonna have a therapist to come on, a teacher, and also a counselor. You know, so we get to hear different aspects of this conversation. You know, I can tell you myself dealing with an autistic kid. My baby boy, mine is autistic. You know, so it's challenging. It's very, very challenging. Emotionally, it's challenging. You know, just with dealing with the fact that something is wrong with your kid, and especially if you have other kids, right? And nothing is wrong with the other kids, so it makes you question everything. You know what I mean? Was it the mom be asking questions like, did she sleep wrong? Did she cough too much? Did she eat the wrong things? It's so many questions that come into play on why, but then they have the parents that don't ask the whys, and they have their kids just out here just growing up with not being evaluated. So the kids getting older, now they turn into behavior problems. So now they behavior problem because they haven't been evaluated, so they almost know what's going on with the kid. Knowing the kid needs some type of help, something going on. Anytime a kid is acting up, it's for a reason. They don't just act up for nothing. So with me dealing with my baby boy, it's a slow process. It's like he progressed and then he regressed. So he make progression, but then again, it's like he take a step back. So as parents, we had to learn to be patient with his growth. And I'm real stern on him. Like, I really don't give him too much room to play, only because he got time to learn. All that playing, we don't have too much time for that, because he don't know enough to play. And I always tell him that, you know, like, look, you don't know enough to be playing right now. Let's play and learn something. So I'm always constantly teaching, because my goal is to make sure he's independent. And the worst feeling is to have a kid that you know is not prepared for this world. You know, so by him being autistic is challenging, because you have to think everything out for them. So it's 24/7. You never stop. It's 365. You know, you have to adapt to them. You can't expect them to adapt to this world. You got to adapt to them and create a world for them to where they're going to be successful. And in order for them to be successful, they have to go get evaluated. That means the parent themselves had to come to terms with, okay, my child 3 and my child still not walking, or my child 6 and my child still not talking. That's too many years that's gone by without you going to get that kid evaluated. You know something is wrong. You just don't want that stigma of having, like I said, your kid probably in SPED, special ed, but whatever the education for your kid, that's what the kid need. They don't have no knock on you, but when you don't bring the kid, it's like all things that happen after that. Hey, that's solely on you. You should have brought that kid to get evaluated. Then you can know how you can help that kid so the kid can progress. Because every kid is a different situation. And that's what, see, I did so much research myself, because I was just so clueless. Like I said, I have children that's excelling, dude. Like, my children are rock'em sock'em, smart. You know what I mean? And that's why I was wondering, like, what happened with my baby boy? You know, so when younger parents, because one of the reason why I'm saying it like this, because one of the parents that inboxed me was saying that their child have a kid that they think has autism, right? So that's the reason we created these shows, man, so we can encourage, uplift each other, man, to do the right thing for the kid. You understand what I'm saying? These shows are created for the community, man, so we can build off this. It's not to say what was wrong, why you was pregnant, and if you wouldn't have messed. Nobody don't know what's the reason. So don't go blaming yourself for something that's going on. All you can do is move forward and get the kid some assistance. Get the kid the assistance that is needed, and it needed in different stages, and it's constantly. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring on, like I said, these 3 special guests to help us understand it a little more. They don't have all the answers, right? They work in 3 different fields, but they all helping kids, and that's the great thing about it. What you say, Kevin?
Speak on it before you bring them the guests on. Me being Earl brother, being an uncle to Marty, I had to learn patience. People don't understand when it's not your child, it's someone else's child that you're close to. You have to also learn patience to deal with that child. And in the beginning, Earl's always telling him, stop, leave him alone. But leave him alone. I understand. I have patience with him. I know what's going on with him. That's another thing this show will educate the ones that don't have autistic kids, but you might be around autistic kids. Because I had to learn myself. Like I said, I had to learn from Earl, stop treating Marty like, a little baby, treat like, like he's supposed to be treated. So I had to start doing that when I get around with myself. Go sit down, stop that, don't do that. But you got to learn as a parent that's not a part of that kid life on an everyday basis, when you get around him, how to treat him, and don't downsize the way you treat him because of his, what he got going on. So me and Marty get learning to test my dog. He see me, he get excited. We rock together. When I come out of the house, he all over me. He want to fight me, want to touch me. That's how we get down. But I had to learn the patience by me not dealing on a day-to-day basis. I have a cousin that have autism. People say they grow out of it. And he's doing fine. He's almost in his 40s. He got his own apartment, got a job. he do well, but he still got that mentality stuck back in the days mentality. But that don't mean that they can't grow out of it. I done seen kids grow out of it. I know a lot of kids successful that have autism and that got jobs. Earl had a guy diversified, if I'm not mistaken, that was autistic, had a job. So don't treat them like their mind is telling them they are. Treat them like they should be treated, which is growing up as in the age, treat them like the age group. You know, so I had to learn because, like I said, I'm around Earl, around Marty. So I had to learn how to be patient with him and understand, okay, this we like to do. He like to show me his tablet. He like to show me this. He like to show me that. And that's my dog, man. Shit, I come out of the house, Marty comes straight to me, smiling, excited. I say, hold on, calm down. I got you. You know, I got you. Yeah, man. So, quick question to you. What was the hardest part? Was it the hardest part finding out or accepting it?
You know what? As a father, right? You know, you want your son to be Lil U's, right? So you notice when he's not doing things as fast as the other kids, honestly, it made me question me. Like things I'm doing, like, man, why? You know what I mean? What's going on? It's like, what? It was a bad batch. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know, bro. I'm talking crazy, trying to make light of it because it was hard back then, right? It was hard for us because it's like accepting it after you really realize when you actually looked at them and said something wrong, right? Because you're gonna have that revelation when you gonna notice something wrong. You know what I mean? Something wrong, because as a parent, you're gonna be as patient as possible with the growth, right? And people might say, damn, your baby not doing this yet, right? And you thinking, okay, hey, it might be coming around a little slower than others, you know what I mean? But as it become time past, it be like, God dog it, something wrong, man. Let's go and see what's wrong with him, you know, because I was thinking he had hearing problems. I'm trying to figure this out. You know, I'm good with figuring out problems, you know, so I'm trying to understand this while I'm figuring it out. That's why I say I did a lot of research. So the hardest part, bro, was really sitting there and you having that revelation and saying something is wrong. That's the hardest part, because you know why? You had that reality with yourself. Like, damn, okay. Now that I dealt with it, I gotta deal with it with everybody else. So the hardest part is you come to terms with something wrong and let me go see about getting them some help or seeing what's wrong. So that was like telling everybody else, it's like you didn't already came to terms with it, you know. But that revelation after you have heard, that be the thing. You already heard it. Like, why they not doing this, you know, yet? Girl, like I hear one of the ladies telling you, girl, your baby and blah 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 blah, right? And it's girl talk to me, but as time go on, I see how it's affecting my wife, right? And so now I really got to pay attention to this. Like, damn, so he really not, you know, progressing. You know what I mean?
So you were saying earlier about a lot of parents blame, or they try to figure out what happened. Is it more of a blame, or is it more of some people like be embarrassed?
Well, I wasn't embarrassed. I was trying to understand what happened. You know, doing everything have a cause and effect to me. I'm just trying to understand logic. Like men think logical, right? So I'm thinking, what caused this? And as what I'm thinking, man, what caused this? I don't know. I don't understand it. And that was a lack of knowledge. I just didn't understand, dude. I ain't understand what was going on. So it was just frustrating from there, you know, and growing the patience and educating yourself and you know, knowing that you have to have patience. Miss Linda Gladney, if you're on, Miss Linda, I'm ready to bring you on. Linda Gladney, you on here, I'm ready to bring you on now. But yeah, Kev, that was the part, you know what I mean? And So I asked so many questions, dude. I asked so many questions because I just didn't know. I just didn't know, and I wanted to know all the answers. You know, I
Right.
wanted to know all the answers, like why. I want to know all the whys. Why? You know.
Well, you got a younger generation of parents that don't have the same willpower, don't have the same strength and the same go get them as you. They're like they fold, you know, because of they don't know what to do next. That's what this show gonna bring y'all. This show is not for the parents' education. It's for the siblings, the aunties, the uncles, everybody that's around that kid education, because a lot of us don't know what to do in that situation.
Yeah, man. A lot of us don't know what to do, and you're gonna have to come to terms with, well, this kid gonna need
Right.
love, extra patience, and extra prayer. You know, there you go. All right. Linda Gladney. We're about to bring Linda Gladney on first.
Linda.
All right.
Here I
How you
am.
doing? How
I'm
you
good.
doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm
Awesome.
good. This from
Awesome. Awesome. Hello everyone. This is Linda Gladney, man. Linda Gladney. She's been my son's therapist, and I say she's been doing so well with my son. I had to bring her on and let her bless y'all with some of her knowledge that she gained from the 25 plus years from teaching high school, from English, algebra, geometry. Now she's a speech therapist, and she's been working with kids with learning disabilities for the last 20 plus years.
pretty good. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You know,
And I've been doing speech therapy for most of that time.
most of the time.
Yeah, most of about 25 years.
God,
Wow.
what made you want to get into teaching? You know, this show is about autism awareness, but I won't go into the mind of the person that, because they have another person that's out there that's great like you, warm-hearted and has patience. So I want to know what made you want to get into teaching, and let's talk about that transition going into therapist, being a therapist.
Well, I think I'm so old that there weren't many options when I started out. I mean, back in the day, you were either a nurse or a teacher or a secretary. It was very unusual to do anything else. And coming from Alabama, where things were not very progressive,
Okay.
there weren't that many opportunities. But I got into the field of speech path and just fell in love with it and have stayed with it all these years.
That's great.
Yeah, I love it. I love what I do.
I got a
Go ahead, Kevin.
I got a quick question, Ms. Linda. Do you feel like your job is impactful? Impactful?
Kevin, wait,
I'm
hold on,
sorry.
Miss Linda. Kevin, your
Impact.
phone is breaking up, Kevin. And you froze.
Yeah.
Like a phone. My phone froze.
Yeah,
My phone froze.
Kevin. I don't know what's going on, Miss. Look, Linda, this is normal for me to have these problems with Kevin.
It's okay.
I'm okay.
I'm sorry
You back
that you
now?
just had to witness it. You know, I
He's
always
he's
have these
just a
problems.
problem. He's a
You
problem
know
child.
what? That's the way I feel. I feel the same way. You understand me. He the problem child. I've been saying that my whole life. You know that?
Yeah.
I always say
You
that.
got
Wow. I
you
told him you
therapy.
awesome. Ask your question, Kevin.
Do you feel like your job is impactful?
Oh, of course, I do. I could not have stayed with it this long if I didn't
Okay.
feel that it was, because I have had success with so many children, and even children coming back to me later when they get older and thanking me for what I did for them, and parents thanking me.
Wow.
So, yes, I do. And that's why you stay with it, because Not because of money, because the money's not there,
Right.
but definitely because of the impact on lives and how you can change lives for the better.
Right, right,
For
right,
the better.
right. In your opinion, why are more kids today being diagnosed with autism rather than 20 years ago?
Well, I think there really aren't any answers to that. There's been a lot of research, but no one knows for sure. We know that the numbers have risen. I can tell you only from my experience that there are more children on the spectrum, we call it, and I think there are a lot more that are higher functioning now than the ones we saw in the beginning. And when I say in the beginning, I mean like the maybe late 90s, early 2000s. That's when we started seeing more prevalence. And before that, I mean, it just was, people have asked me, do you think that when we were teaching kids who were classified as retarded, they were put in special classes, do you think those were autistic kids? Well, no, I don't. I know they are not the same. The kids we see today, so many of the autistic kids are so smart. They're
Right.
very, very bright. But their problem is in communicating. And that's why you start out as early as you can. I mean, if you recognize it before 2 years of age, then that's great. That's when you start. But if not, the sooner you start, the better. Speech therapy is just a good thing. It teaches children positive things, and it can't hurt. So if there's ever any doubt, then you should go ahead and get those services, because the earlier you start, if there's a problem, the child might even outgrow it, so to speak. I mean, I don't think they would ever completely outgrow it, but they're going to overcome it. They're going to communicate. But you can't take a 5-year-old who's not had any therapy or has very little language and expect great things, because they've already formed so much of their language. So the earlier you start, the better.
So that age is about 2?
About 2, yeah, yes. Because by 2 years old, a child should be saying words. And if they're not say, but now I'll tell you this, any parent will tell you, but my child can pick up the iPad, the telephone, and do anything. But that is not communicating. Think about it. That is not. You can point to pictures, and these kids know things like that. It's incredible. They just are so intuitive about devices.
Right.
But those devices do not communicate words or sentences or emotions. And those are the things that are missing. And that's what speech therapy focuses on.
What are some of the telltale signs and early detection that some parents might want to start watching out for?
Not talking by age 2. And I don't mean talking in sentences. I mean just not saying words. Because by age 2, a child should be saying words. I see children who don't even say mama or daddy. The other thing is that automatic speech. They might say hi or bye. They know how to do high five. But that is not intentional speech. In other words, instead of just going to the refrigerator and grabbing a cup of milk or juice, saying, I want juice, or even using just the word juice. So you want to develop those kinds of skills, and you want to look at look it up online. You can Google speech language development of a 2-year-old, and you can read it and just check it off. But the key is, if you have insurance, Medicaid, private insurance, you can get, especially with Medicaid, you can get a free evaluation. You don't pay for it. You can get speech therapy, which is paid for. So those services are available. Early Steps is a program that is available, and they will go to your home or your child's school
to evaluate the kid.
So if you have a question, just do it. Just go get that evaluation and get a professional to help you determine if your child needs help. But don't sit back and wait. It's the worst thing to do. Just get that help.
And you said that was Early Steps. That's who come to your home?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the program. Now, Early Steps is 3 years old or younger. So once they reach 4, then you have to go through Child Search or the public schools. Or you can come to an agency like the New Orleans Speech and Hearing, Children's Hospital, any program that has speech and language services. And again, you just Google.
And Medicaid pays for it?
If your child qualifies for Medicaid, yes, there's no cost to you. So there's no reason to wait. The service is there.
Okay.
All you have to do is ask for it. Okay. And you can also ask your pediatrician. And I've had pediatricians who say, especially some of the older ones, who will say, oh, he's going to outgrow it. Don't wait. Just push it.
And that was one of my questions. Like, do they outgrow it all the way, or is it something?
Some of them will. Most of them will not. And it also depends on the services they get, how extensive the services are. I have a couple of children that I see 2 times a week. So when they're young, that's really important. And it's important to have the parents sitting in the session. So if you have a speech therapist who doesn't want you in the session with them, I think there's a problem, because I want my parents in there watching what I do so they can go home and do the same thing. They can go home and reinforce. Right, Kevin? Yes.
Do you find like a lot of parents that be like in denial when you tell them, this the problem?
Some of them, yes. And a lot of times it'll be, I don't know, it might be one or the other, but when they're in denial, they just want to say, well, he's going to outgrow it, or I was like that when I was a child. Those kinds of comments are not helpful, because the help is there, and like I said, it doesn't hurt. It's only going to enrich the child's experience, and it's going to educate the parent about what the child should be doing now and in the future.
How many sessions you think before you start seeing progress? Because my grandkids have a little speech impairment problem, and they've been getting help also. And I was wondering, like, how many
There's no way to tell.
Right.
It's an individual thing. Age has a lot to do with it. Some kids could care less. That just doesn't bother them. But when it starts to bother them, they start to take notice. And we make it fun. So we're playing games with them, and they generally like coming to speech. And if you have a good therapist, that person is going to motivate that child so that child wants to do well.
What are some things that parents can do to help you while you are providing their kid with therapy, with speech, or what's some things that parents can do at home to assist?
Not doing well. Number one, limit that screen time. And that is across the board for any age, because you're not communicating if you're on a screen. I mean,
Right.
think about your teenagers. They're already withdrawing into themselves. They don't want to tell you anything. And if they're sitting on a screen, they're certainly not going to. So that's number one. I think parents need to just typical parenting things that parents do. Sit down with your child, have a good rapport with your child, laugh with your child, go places with your child, take your child around. We have such a wonderful city with so many things that you can do without spending a dime. You just have to get there. If it's nothing but taking a picnic to the park, there's a lot to be done. But those kinds of experiences with your child build trust, build that relationship, and that talking back and forth.
I asked that question because I know we have a lot of young viewers, and their patience is not as
right
as ours. So they may see they go there every week or go 2 times a week, and they may see at home that the child is not doing what they was doing inside of your class or your teaching. They feel, oh, it's a waste of our time because she's not progressing fast enough. How would you tell young parents, hey, be patient?
I always start by telling parents, I don't know. When I started working with Imad, Earl's son, I said, I don't know if I can do anything with him. I'm not sure, but I will try. And I think if parents want to help their children, if they recognize, and that's partially on us, we have to educate the parent so they understand the importance. And I am constantly reminding my parents, it just takes a lot of repetition. It's not something easy, and it takes time. Life takes time. We learn a lot of lessons, right, as we go along.
Correct.
Like Hennessy and Sheriff who work good.
Ms. Lynn, you've been doing this for so long. Like, what's the greatest achievement one of your kids ever accomplished? Like something that really just surprised you? Like, wow.
Well, this is not an autistic child, but I had a child in high school that I was working with in my class, trying to help him pass the graduation exam. This is a funny story. He passed. He worked hard. I worked hard getting him there. And he passed it on the second time around. He didn't pass it the first time, but that gave him some experience, and he passed it, got him into a junior college. We called it back then a 2-year college.
JUCO, yeah.
He learned how to, he got a welding degree. He came back to me about 5 years after that. He was making about twice what I was making as a teacher. And I mean, he was so proud of himself, and he was one of those who came back to thank me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I don't know a lot, what happens to a lot of them, especially the little ones. You know, you don't know. But I will say, at the Speech and Hearing Center, I've been there for almost 20 years, and I am starting to see some parents come in who came to the Speech and Hearing Center for therapy when they were young,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I
That's nice.
mean, I tell my daughter because she's going to that field, speech pathology,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell you, she's gonna be working in the hospital. Like I told her, it don't pay initially, but it's a rewarding job. And I
Right.
said the people that you're gonna help, you're gonna impact their lives so great. They gonna love you forever, But like I told her, the reward is gonna feel like $1 million to see those kids progress and achieve
Right.
whatever they want. Just knowing that you had a hand in that. I mean, that's awesome. Kevin, we have any questions in the comments, Kevin?
I'm looking at it right now. I don't see a lot of people just listening and taking in the knowledge because there's no actual questions in the
Okay.
comment section yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
mean, hey, I mean, our audience user asks a lot of questions. So if they don't have that many questions, that means you answered them while you was
Yeah.
talking. Because, like I said, the chatterbox. So I told you I'm not gonna hold you too long. Thank you for providing some resources. So the people that's on here and that's gonna watch the video, they can go back and now they know about early steps and child search, so they can
Mm-hmm.
get the help that they need. It's
Right.
autism awareness. Is to make sure that they're aware that their kid may have autism, may have something going on, and it's not, and the spectrum is big. So,
It is. It is.
every case is different, so that's the thing. Um, I really appreciate you coming on. Do you have any more questions for Ms. Lynn? Kevin?
No, just trying to read. I'm trying to go through the comments. I don't want to miss on one question, but everybody said yes, she really did answer all the questions.
Okay. Good. Good.
Drake
Well,
Johnson,
thank you for having me on, and I enjoyed sharing a little about my life story.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
20 years plus. Yeah, you touched the whole kids. It reached a lot of
Once
parents.
again,
Like I
Kevin.
said, everybody in the comments they just enjoying your answers and your
Good.
all your
Good.
contributions.
I hope so.
Hey,
And I wish you all the best. And Kevin, nice to meet you.
Thanks.
he breaking
He
up.
froze again. He
He
froze
breaking up
again.
like normal, but hold up before you go. Like
Yes.
I said, look, we do this show and it's to celebrate us and the people that's in the community that's helping. So we're gonna clap you up, Miss Lynn. We're gonna clap you up. That's what
All
we do over here.
right.
That's what
Thank
we do.
you.
You heard me?
Thank you,
Thank
Earl.
you. Like I said, man, you do such a great job with Iman, and I really admire your patience. Seriously, you do a great job, and I want someone to be inspired by you who may have your patience to go in that field because, like I said, the job doesn't always pay, but it's so rewarding. You understand? Money's not everything,
Right.
and we are
Right.
put here to help each other. And like I said, you're a group representation of that. So thank you. I appreciate you, Lynn Gladney. Thank you for coming on.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your interest.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye. Who we got next?
All right. Stacy Francis. Stacy Francis. Stacy Francis, you're up next. Where you at, Stacy Francis? Hey man.
She
Um, like I
in the
said, we
chat.
we learn something each show, bro. Each show we learn something, man. Each show we learn something, and it just feels so good. Send a request, Stacy. Send a request to me.
Yeah, she got a lot of knowledge and hands on. Cause think about it, that many years in the game, you have ran across a lot of
Yeah, man.
kids with autism. The ones that's kind of calm with it, the ones that's kind of mid range, the ones that's high volume. You got someone that's high volume, like they gotta go all the time.
Stacy, send a request back, Stacy. Yeah, dude.
Good 10 in there.
You gotta have patience with these kids, and you know what, you made a good point, right? Because I didn't even pay attention to that side of it. Like you saying, you had to grow in patience and just learn what was going on. And that's like I said, dude. I I'm sending an invite to you right now, Stacy. And like I said, dude, I mean, just me. There you go.
All right, how y'all doing?
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling just fine, and I've been listening to you all.
Oh man, like I
Nice
said,
podcast.
hey, it's great to have you on here. It's great to have you on here. I'm honored. Like I said, you know, I had to bring Linda on. I have to bring you on. Y'all do a great job with your mind. Y'all have patience of Job, and I tell you the truth, man. You know, to work with those kids, y'all are special. Y'all are special, and y'all are underpaid. For real, y'all are
It's
special.
not about the pay. I heard you say something earlier. You said for your daughter that the reward,
Right.
and that's the key.
Right.
It's from him.
And that's why I try to explain to just the reward of it. You know, it's hard on you at times, right?
Oh,
But
right. But the Lord will see me through, and He has.
hey,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we have Stacey Francis. She attended Southern University, got a master's in education, taught all subjects in elementary grade. I mean, you've been teaching 30 plus years. In the last 8 years, you've been teaching SPED. I mean, wow, man. Wow.
Yeah.
You love what you do. You love what you do.
Yes, I do. I mean, that's why I became a teacher, because I wanted to make an impact on the students, and that the only way to do that directly was through teaching. So I got into the classroom. Of course, the last 8 years with special ed was because the principal saw something in me that I didn't think I, had or possessed, because I didn't go for special education. But with that master's, that overrode everything. So Mr. Young put me there because he had teachers coming and going, like 90 going west. And he was like, I need somebody back there who's going to nurture and provide for my children. And when he put me there, it's been glorious. I haven't missed but a few days with him, because when I tell you that was a revolving door in that classroom, nobody wanted to stay with those kids.
Wow. Wow. And you know, that's why I said, you do a great job. You and your whole staff, everyone that works with those kids, and the patience. I mean, you know, Miss Francis,
Yeah.
the
Yes,
patience.
you do have to have patience. My grandmother always called me Mother Teresa. Always. Till the day she died, Mother Teresa. And I do have that, I possess that, I have to say. Trying to do and help everybody. So,
You got a question, Kev?
You answered my first question. I asked you why you chose to become a teacher, but you answered that question already. My other question is, is it harder now to teach versus when you first started?
the life is harder now. When I first started, you would have. Now I'm going into the gen ed now, not SPED, because my SPED people are, special ed. Most of the parents, they're there, they do everything, they communicate, which is lacking now, because when I first started, you had a class of 20, 24 children. You had 3 or 4 who struggled. The other 20 were okay. They were flying high. Now you have 3 or 4 who flying midway, and the other 20 is just a sinking ship. Yes, it has flipped, and that's due to interaction, with the parents without communicating. To say we have cell phones and texts and class dojo, and you almost can. I mean, at the nurseries, I can look at my grandbaby at Baton Rouge and see what he's doing for a couple of minutes. But now with all of this technology, you don't have communication. Oh, I didn't know they didn't have school. I didn't know his grades were. They post your grades online. So I'm not understanding the disconnect, but there is a great disconnect, and they need to show more interest. Back in the day, what you did, what, the parents were there, they to the school, and I fought the school somewhat too, because schools act as if though the parents are the enemies. I would love for some parents to show up at that door and peek through that window and see. Because if Erica peeked through that window with Marty all in my hair and laying on me and trying to bite me, I would love to see what he would do if he saw him, aggressively doing all of this to me. But that isn't happening, and that's what happened back in the day. They had respect for the teachers, and what teachers told parents, they took in. They, like Jubilee say, take heed, take heed. You have to take heed. We teachers, we know, we see. Just like you all were talking to the speech pathologist, and she was saying, that you see a 8-month-old baby walking, and mine's 12 months, and he's still not walking. But that's just the difference in the children. So yes, and teachers know, we've been teaching 30 years or more. I know when I see something is not right here for this child, and you're trying to tell a parent, but they're in denial. This is the first defense right here. If you haven't spoken to a doctor, or if you haven't seen it, and I mean, I've had families of children, all 9 of them were autistic. Yeah.
So wait, I have a question. I don't mean to cut you off, because that's one of my questions. Is it hereditary, or is it a trait?
Doctors still can't pinpoint it. They cannot pinpoint it. They're not pinpointed, and all of her kids are autistic. Wow. Yes. I was like, and she was still having them too. Yes.
So wait. All right. Yeah, I know she can still have them, but that's kind of hard to be having that many kids with disabilities.
Wow. Hey.
That's kind of hard. Well, I know with the one, like I said, and I always try to explain to people just what Iman, like Kevin was saying, his personality is his personality. Him being autistic, that just is a learning disability.
Right.
And that's all it is. His
personality was characteristic of him. Aside from autism, yes, Marty will probably be that child in a regular class throwing spitballs at a girl because he like her. He would be that little devious little boy.
And that's what I understand, right? And see, me being a parent and understanding my kids, Marty is just disgusting. And that's just the truth. He would be everywhere, anywhere, doing everything. That's just his personality, right? Now, him being autistic, that's his learning disability. That's why he don't learn as fast, because he's autistic. But him being active, that's just him.
That is
right.
That is who he is. Yes.
See it.
Because you have some autistic children. In autism, the main things are communication and interaction. Right? Maki interacts. I have children in the classroom, who don't want you to come near them. You can't touch them. That's just the nature of what autism is. So, yeah, Marty is very and interactive.
Tell me this. All right. Do they have a curriculum for each kid set apart?
No. We have one curriculum, and the children have their individualized education plan, their own IEPs. And the IEP is the thing that makes sure that any child who has been identified with a disability and that is in school, that they receive special services, special education services, and also maybe related services. So if I have a child who has cerebral palsy real bad, that child will receive OT, PT, a special APE if they're able to walk. Your wife knows about Tristan, the little boy I had in my class. He no longer is because because they moved to what is that? Gonzales. They moved out there. And so, you know, Tris couldn't do APE because he was wheelchair bound, but he went to APE because, you know, they can try and toss a ball to him even though he couldn't catch it. But, you know, he would receive those types of services or even speech services. So we don't have different curriculums. The school has the curriculum, and in SPED, we use Unique to assist us or aid us with the curriculum.
What's Unique?
Like for Unique. Yeah, it's designed for special ed kids.
Okay.
A lot of pictures and things. You know, like for St. Patrick's Day, they have a lot of pictures that'll show you leprechauns and things that are associated with St. Patrick's Day. We're going to do that little activity Friday.
Okay.
And so they'll be cutting and pasting the pictures that go with it, whereas the other children will be doing writing, you know, reading and writing theirs down. But like Marty, they'll be doing cut and paste, you know. Tell me which one goes where. Is this something with St. Patrick's Day or not St. Patrick's Day? A lot of pictures and verbal cues and, you know, things that they understand on their level. So there's no special curriculum. Each one doesn't get a curriculum. No, they have goals that each one of them need. Say Marty is counting. He's working on counting objects, you know, identifying two with the number two things with the number 2, whereas other kids might be doing, you know, 2 times 2, working on, you know, multiplication. So that's how it's designed.
Okay. What are some things that parents can do to assist you while you're teaching their kids while at home?
Well, communication, you know, like I said, we have these phones and FaceTime and what have you. We need to communicate. Also, you know, support the teacher. Let them know that we on one accord together. We're doing this together. You know, it shows some interest to let them know that, okay, my mama asking me about my work or whatever, or what I'm doing in school. So I guess this is important so that they can see it as well. And, you know, to also respect the teacher in their decisions, not say that you have to, quote unquote, agree with everything. It's okay to agree to disagree because a lot of parents are in denial. They really are.
Why?
When children are acting out and cutting up, and like the speech therapist said, the autism spectrum is so great, and they're even adding on. Like I said, they had something about the dogs and children with autism, saying that children with autism, some of them have this gene that they're just very happy. Everything is, you know, just happy, and they're really testing that in animals and adults now, the breeds of dogs, to see, you know, maybe why some of them never lash out or whatever, and then you have some that have that temperament like a pit or a Doberman who will snap. So yeah, it's they're still doing a lot of research with autism. It's not so cut and dry.
So you were saying parents need to communicate more with their kids.
And communicate with the students as well as with the teacher. You know, we are unison. You know, we are married. We're working this together, you know, until you're gone from me. Which really, you know, I still have to see you.
Right.
The grades, you know, even in life. So.
But you got a question, Kevin?
A few people in the comment section that also are teachers of SPED and autism, like your Johnson. She said, I love it. Very rewarding. And a lot of the kids make my heart smile daily. I never seen myself doing this for work, but SPED kids are sometimes something special, really something special. And there's a lot of young teachers in the comments that's doing the same thing that you guys are doing. It's amazing that You answer the way you talk, the way people gonna say, yes, I believe in that, and you'll say something about a generic. Is it generic? A lot of people say they think they believe it is. They heard, I heard it is caused from generics, but like you said, it's not proven that.
No, not yet. Even though that family, I'm telling you, it was 9 siblings, yes. And you had some of them who were very, severe, and you had some who were, high functioning, but it was still, they were still on the spectrum. So I don't know how that was produced. And I mean, because they even say shots are causing it. Just, you just don't know. You really don't know. Just like mongoloids, they say mongoloids were born to women over a certain age. My cousin Chelsea had 15, had the baby. The baby was a mongoloid. Yes.
Wow.
My grandma Florence raised that baby.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I'm not the doctor. Yeah.
All right. What were some of the not even downsides to when the kids don't achieve the goals that you originally set out from? I don't know, this Kevin phone with all this distortion. It used to be Kevin phone. Kevin, you want to press mute for me, Kevin?
We're going to stay off of Kevin.
Man, it's so embarrassing. We have
let's let up off and we can overtalk it.
That was his phone. See that? You don't hear the noise no more, right?
No, you don't. But...
See, if now you know he gonna come on and say I'm lying, right? Now we don't hear none of this distortion no more. This is what I gotta go through every day. Not only on live, every day. He got 2 microphones, he got 2 different earpieces in his ear, and he wonder why he got distortion. He got a laptop, a broken phone, one phone that's working. You know what? We got company, bro. But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, bro. This is embarrassing. We can't even have an interview without you with all this noise. It's like, God dog it, man. You know what?
I love the love.
oh yeah. It's a lot of it around here, especially with dealing with Kevin. Oh, you gonna hear a lot of love.
I see that.
Back to what I was saying, bro. Yeah, keep it on mute while I conduct the rest of the interview. Back to what I was saying, Miss Francis. I mean,
about not meeting the goals.
All right.
A lot of times they do fall short of their goal. Yes, I have some who still cannot count objects. 3 objects. They miscounting.
Time out. Wait. Kevin, muted for real, because I can't really hear. Sound like a fan in the background. A box fan, a cheap box fan from the dollar store. A $3 box fan, like 4 of the blades broken on it. Come on. It's disgusting, Miss Francis. It's like, you know what? He know I'm trying to hear. Everybody else trying to hear. He gonna turn on that box fan. I'm sorry, Miss Francis. I'm sorry. It just
composure.
I be trying not to. It's like, come on, bro. All right, so listen. All right, all right. They don't achieve their goals. I mean, talk about that, the kid, and talk about what that does to you being a teacher.
Well, I know that all of them, they're all are going to learn to the best of their knowledge and their capabilities. Okay, it's not about me. So if I know I can't run a 50-yard dash in 2 flat or whatever. Never happened, even when I was fine. But anyway, it makes me want to work harder, try different ideas to help them achieve and to reach this goal. Maybe I have to break it down. Maybe I can't count, 10 objects. Maybe I will only be able to count 3 or 4 objects because that's the best I can do without, messing up. And so then I have to adjust my goals for them. I can't count 10 objects, Miss Francis. I can only give you 4. So I have to adjust and accept that. And
you know what? I asked that question for a younger person that may want to do this, but they they struggle with that, right? Just knowing that they have goals that they want to achieve, not knowing they have to adjust, just like you said.
It's not about them or me. It's about the child. They're gonna do to their ability, not to your ability and what you may think. This is the best. I'm giving you all I can. Now, as time progresses on, perhaps maybe at some point, but right now, while I'm with you, I can only count to 4. I can't get up to 10 without making so many mistakes and not getting it right. So you have to meet the child where they are. And, some things you have to accept because that's just all I can do.
Right.
And that's why they have this disability. Otherwise, you wouldn't need it. That's why they have been, identified and have a disability.
Yeah. And, like I said, for the younger parents or younger kids, not even kids, young adults that may want to go into this field, like I said, it takes special people to have patience. You've been recognized as one of the special people, right? Because I did not know that you did not go into that field wanting to really go into SPED, because you do so well at it. That's why I say I never knew that. I never knew that,
Well,
than you.
when I first came home, I was living in Chicago after graduating from college, and I came home and I was working at a group home, and that's where I got a lot of my knowledge from. I worked there for 17 years, and while teaching, I stopped in 2005. Katrina took the group home away because it was right around the corner from Birmingham.
Wow. Wow. It surely was. I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
God dog it. Okay. Kevin, you can come back. I don't want to bring you back, believe me, but I have to. Technically.
Well, listen,
Look at it. You in the noise. Do you have another question for Stacy?
Stacy, you did a great job. I have no question. Nobody in the comments. Everybody loving your, like I said, the more you talk, the more questions you answer. So you're doing great.
Okay. Well.
But I'm going to get you this Hennessy and tonic.
See
I hear you. It's all right.
See what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with a high ball. At the top of the night, yes.
Hey, you know him. You know what I got to deal with. You see him every day. Come on your mind. You got an entourage with him. Call 18 people, 8 different outfits on before you get to the front door. You know I got to deal with it. Don't worry about him. I got him though. You got to change clothes in the fall.
Great. I love the love,
I swear. Stacy Francis, thank you for coming on. Like I said,
thank you all for having me. I truly enjoyed it, and I hope I enlightened someone.
Oh, you really did. You really did. This show was created to uplift us, people that's in the community that's helping. And like I said, man, when you come here, like I said, we always have something for you. So let's clap it up, fella. Let's everybody clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. It's to celebrate you. It's to celebrate you. Like I said, man, we can't do this without you. You guys are really, really special, man. And I love what you do, and I love you as a person. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Love y'all back.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, and I appreciate your patience with Kevin. Thank you. I appreciate your patience. Just pray for us. Pray for me. Pray for me. All right, Miss Francis.
All right, bye-bye.
Man, that's crazy. You got 9 kids that have the same problem at the same time. Can you imagine what that mother is going through, or their family is going through?
What? It's a perfect.
We complain about 1 or 2, but you're talking about people got 9.
Kevin, what this? Come on, we gotta figure out what this is. Is it a microphone or is it an earpiece? What it is?
I got no song. I got nothing on.
You gotta have something on. You got distortion, Kevin. You don't really realize this. Every week we go through this. Turn something, not the mic. it's probably that fake mic you got in front of you, that silver mic. It's
nothing on,
not even hooked up. Then why we got all this noise? I'm about to bring Courtney on right now. We about to bring Courtney on right now. Like I said, I don't want to hear all that noise.
Oh, Courtney family, so I ain't worried about
That's cool. Courtney, if you're ready, Courtney, we're ready to bring you on, Courtney. If you're ready, Courtney, we bring you on. Say, bro, how you gonna say that about the family, bro? God dog it, bro. That man don't want to hear that noise neither. Like Courtney said, man, I don't want to hear all that noise. God dog it, bro. Go.
Whoa. Well, what's good, fam?
What's happening with my brother?
Was good till he came back on.
Courtney, you know
What's
what I'm dealing with, Courtney. Just pray for me,
bro,
as I go through this. I appreciate your patience. You know, hopefully he don't have all that distortion going on doing this interview right here. You know, my brother, everyone, y'all already know this is a family friend. This is a show friend, Courtney Burton, man. Courtney have a master's in counseling. He attended Marshall University. Been in the game 20 plus years working as a counselor for the state, working with kids, man. Everybody, y'all welcome Courtney Burton to the show. What's up, Coach?
You know, it's all good. It's all love, like y'all say.
Hey, bro, I can't really see you. Back up, adjust your phone or something like that, Coach.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, let me go, brother. Let me go. Now we can see your face. All right. Thought you just trying to show us your beard. I was like, okay, you got a nice leg room. I thought you just trying to show up. Kevin do stuff like that. He'll put the phone directly on his beard when he comes straight from the barber. That's why I said, what you putting on, Kevin? What you doing?
You got a degree in Earl Guyton, dog. You got a degree in Earl, dog. You be out. Boy, I'm telling you, I got a degree in Earl. 20 degrees is this bitch here.
Boy, y'all stupid.
Then let's get it started, because like I said, man, we got Courtney coming on late, and I appreciate your patience, man, while I conduct the other interviews. Kevin, mute your phone so I can ask Courtney these questions right quick so he can hear me clearly. All right, cool. You work. This show is about autism awareness, and when we spoke with a speech therapist, we spoke with a teacher that teach kids with autism. All right, now you also work in the homes, man. You know, you work for the state. You work with these kids. You've been doing it for 20 plus years. Tell me this: what's the effects of not getting a kid evaluated?
See, one of the things that we have to realize that when we get a child evaluated, it's not about us. It has to be about that child. When it's about that child, you know, you're meeting the child needs, because children don't know how to communicate with us about these problems. It takes for us parents to be able to know. We have to be able to know what our child needs, and no one else can actually tell anyone better. As a parent, you know what your child goes through daily. You know what your child needs to be able to get through situations. So the thing is, man, we can't be ashamed to actually ask for help. One thing that I was told, it takes a strong person to ask for help. And I'm gonna put it like this: every single one of us on here needed help from someone at something. So we have to realize, as grown-ups, if we feel like that, we have to understand that our children have to be feeling the same way. So we got to be able to help them out to be able to find out what your child needs. Now my thing is, when we don't seek out that help, the children will sometimes, they basically having to act out. And then when they start acting out, you know, the first thing we think is we have to get mad that my child shouldn't be doing this. But sometimes they're acting out so they can get our attention to tell us something is wrong.
What you got, Kevin? You can unmute. You can ask your question.
I would ask Courtney pretty much the same thing. What are some of the telltale signs when a child is crying out for help? When they're crying out for help, but you just answer some of it, just answer yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. What are some of the telltale signs?
No, I mean, like I said, bro, we talked about it. You know, when a child acts out, when a child does something that they normally don't do, you know, sometimes we always we want to discipline them. It's not about disciplining. Sometimes let's find out why they did that. You feel me? And like I said, we have to understand that children cannot tell us what is really bothering them. You know, we have to go about finding out what's actually going on with them. You know what I mean? And my thing is, we have to be able to help each other. You know what I mean? And we can't be selfish. We don't need to be afraid of it. Because one thing I realized, all of us like to look good. Hey, if you're gonna take care of your physical body, take care of that mental also. So and the same thing goes for our children. Let's take care of our children mental things, because these children are dealing with some things we've never dealt with. You know, because one thing, you know, Earl, when you was talking about Marty, bro, I remember when we first had that conversation. To me, I was like, Marty straight with me. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, he was learning a little bit slower, but of course, it took for us to say kids learn on a different level,
Right.
and autistic kids learn differently. Not all of them happen to learn the same.
Right.
Like, because I remember when I told Earl, the first autistic kid that I ran across, I happened to be in college. It was my friend's best friend child. I used to babysit him. The child would not talk, but I would use a deep voice to talk. He would actually talk back to me. He would use full sentences. But he went to the speech therapist, and the speech therapist said that I am ruining his voice. But the child wouldn't even talk. So one day she brought me in, and she found out what was really going on. I was just talking a real deep voice, and the child would answer back with no problems. But when I talk in my regular voice, he actually couldn't do it. You know?
Wait, couldn't it? So you think that has something to do with hearing, or that just because he wanted to interact with you with that
No,
voice or plate like
that I think that voice had made him feel good. You feel me? It gave him confidence to be able to talk back to me. Because like the voice I'm using right now, no, he wouldn't say anything. But of course, if I go, Sheldon, what you doing? He'll come back, Courtney, I'm doing nothing. Feel me? So at the same time, we have to understand that our children want to help, and our children look up to us as parents to be able to seek out the help. And we have to understand that there's nothing wrong with seeking help. It's best to find out what is going on earlier than later.
You know, with a lot of kids that, do you have a lot of cases with kids that have or have not been evaluated to where now they're doing criminal things?
Oh yeah. We have some kids that they do criminal stuff because why? No one has ever talked to them about their problems, you know, about the mental health side. So they tend to lean to other people who are like them. You feel me? They won't go to someone else who's like them. So if I see someone else out robbing, doing different things because he's like me, I plan on doing the same thing. And we have to understand that mental health is a real big, it's one of the biggest issues that our community is actually dealing with now. You know what I mean? I fully believe in the state of Louisiana, when gender took away all that mental health, that actually hurted us. That hurt us bad, because there aren't those places people can go to actually get the treatment. Now they're starting to come back. But mental health is real. And then the problem is, can't none of us say someone has mental health. Someone can look perfectly normal, but they can have a mental health issue, you know? And we have to stop trying to judge people on that. You know what I mean? because that mental health issue, that to me is not who you are. And that's how we have to look at it. That mental health issue that actually does not find who you are as a person. We have to look past that, and we got to stop judging people, because we all know back in the day, none of us we want to talk about our problems. None of us we want to seek help. But now today, society has changed. We have to be willing to change also, and our children need our help, because one of the issue is, the movie I saw, and I believe y'all feel me, Hurricane Katrina. All those kids went through all those issues, and now some of them have serious mental health issues. And then for us sitting in the walls, let's go ahead and take it a little further. Some of those younger babies are the ones out here doing crime now. They're the ones, you know what I mean? So we have to understand that mental health is real. Mental health is leading people to different ways. The mental health is also leading to some of the drug problems we're having. Because there's a lot of people who, prior to them using any drugs, they didn't have a mental health problem. But of course, you get that one little batch of bad drugs or that one trauma situation, your whole mental health can actually change. You know what I mean? And then the thing about because autism, I'm not gonna lie, I love those children, because something about them is just special. I don't know what about them. Something is just special. And one thing that the lady said, it seems like they're always happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're always happy.
That is true.
And the thing that shows me, that is love. And we got to get back to showing them the love too. You know what I mean? And we shouldn't be ashamed to that. For some fact, you got to take your child to the doctor. You know.
Like when you think about the videos of a few years ago, with the guy getting shot, I think he was autistic, but he was a big guy. He was a big fella, probably like 6'3", 6'4", 3 something. I don't know what city this happened in, but they shot him in the middle of the road, and his family knew that he was autistic, but as family, we got to do more to protect these individuals from hurting themselves, or somebody not understanding that, hey, these guys have something going on, so let's take a step back. It be simple stuff like that, man, because like they look normal, and what's normal today, but they look like everything is okay, but like I said, things happen so fast, bro. With people getting killed, a lot of these people, I read, bro, that a study showed that most of these autistic kids, they are in jail. You know what I mean? They don't live a long life without the proper protection around them. It's like it's crazy, but like, God dog it, man. You really gotta put yourself in a position to where you thought their whole future out for them, in order for them to have something that's successful in your eyes, as a person that's looking at this like, let me help them, see how much I could help them. I know you working with kids that's growing into adults, and do you see those same kids going into the criminal aspect of this, and like the same kid?
Yeah, man.
And
yeah.
I'm saying, Courtney,
Yeah,
it's
man.
related,
Yeah.
You seeing that?
Yeah. The young lady, as a child, I brought her into custody. I knew she had some problems. Matter of fact, it was probably last year. The young lady had a name that I couldn't forget. My coworker said, Courtney, she happens to be up for murder. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, for me, I thought, what is it I could have done different to actually help her out?
Wow.
You know what I mean? And sometimes we have to understand that work is work, but sometimes you have to do that extra thing to try to help someone. You know what I mean? Sometimes we look at job as this have to be my 9 to 5, but you have to look at, why am I doing this? Am I doing this to help someone, or at the same time, am I doing this for actual check? For me, this came because I wanted to help folks. So for me, I don't mind going that extra mile for these kids. You know what I mean? I don't mind talking to them, because my thing is, I want you to see a smiling face. I want you to see a man that does not mind getting down to your level. You know what I mean? I don't mind us sitting there playing. Guess what? I'll sit there play. If you want to watch a movie, I can watch that movie with you too. I'm not gonna say no. I'm too big, because I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually a kid at heart anyway. So shoot, some of these cartoons you put on, I'll sit there and watch it with the child. Whatever I don't know about it, I'm gonna learn about it, because sometimes you sitting with that child, that child can feel as though you happen to be relating to them. As grown-ups, we were all taught, grown-ups, you're way up there. But I realized, to reach these kids, we got to get to the child's level. We got to meet them where they are. All of them are not on the same spectrum. So whatever a child needs, we need to find a way to be able to meet that child.
And you know what, Courtney? What's some things, in your opinion, that parents can do? Preventive measures. Like I said, by the time they get to you, it's a problem. I mean, because
Right.
if they're seeing you, it's a problem. So what are some preventive measures, or some things that parents can do to help their child out that they might not even be aware of right now? You said spending time. That's major.
Right.
What else?
Right. But to me, spending time is also you talking to your child. But it doesn't have to be us having a regular conversation. It could be us doing something that child likes to do. If that child wants to go ride the bike, let's go ride the bike. Some of us probably haven't ridden a bike in a long time, but let's ride that bike, because the more we make them feel comfortable, that's the more that these kids will actually open up to us. You know what I mean? Because if they see we're willing to do things, they're gonna be willing to open up to us, because we have to understand that children want to be able to trust us, and we want to be able to trust our children. So you have to meet them so you can have that trust. You know what I mean? Along with spending time, man, my thing, and talking to them, you know what I mean? Of course, teach your child different ways to handle things. See, because as parents, sometimes we believe there is one way to handle it, but I believe sometimes you have to listen to your child. Listen to your child, because I know I have 2 children. One of them, he's exactly like me. My daughter isn't. So I have to know how to deal with both of them.
Right.
If I want them both to get to the same level, but of course they might have to take a different path, and let's not be afraid to just listen. Just if the child says something, to actually say, yeah. To us, it's not about being a friend, but it's being that parent that child can trust. And if that child trusts you, that child gonna be able to come to you to explain stuff to you. And then, of course, let's also pay attention to what they're doing. Let's pay attention to their friends too. Nothing wrong with spending time with the child and their friends. You need to know who their friends are, because we all know back in the day, we all had a friend. Our parents was like, boy, you better stay away from him. And of course, that's how we have to be. We want things to be better for our children, but some of the old ways was the best thing for us, because it got us there. Because my thing is, look at it. If you're an adult, however you are, guess what? You're blessed right now. Some of these other people, they're not even seeing our age.
Right.
So continue to take what your parents taught you mold it for your child, you know, and then have conversations with them about life. Educate your children about different things on life, not only just the birds and the bees. Talk about finances, talk about relationships, because sometimes they don't know how to bring those types of things up to us. But one of the biggest thing is you have a conversation with your child, and your child start laughing, and you thinking, oh, that's the conversation you've been waiting on. This the one you've been waiting on. So have those open conversations with them.
I got one more question before I get you off here, Courtney. I appreciate your patience for staying on. What's your advice to any parent, young parent out there? Because that's the reason we did this show, to make sure that they was aware that the kid may have autism and you need to go get them checked out. So what advice do you have for a young parent that's still borderline going to get their child checked out, or even still struggling with this right now?
You know what? I'm going to repeat what the other two ladies said. Just get them checked out. Take that first step. That first step can change everything. Don't worry about what the next person says. Don't worry about people talking about your child. Your child is your child. Love your child for who they are. And most of the time, your real people, they're not even judging you, or they're not even judging your child, because they already see it, but they want you to go do it. Because how can I, as a friend, go tell you about your child? Because nowadays people like, you can't tell me about my child. But you want to know what? Take that step. Go and get your child evaluated. Because once your child get evaluated, then you can make the best decision. But as long as you have options, if you don't take that first step, guess what? You don't have too many options, because you're still stuck. But once you get the ball rolling, people can say, hey, what about try this, try that, try different things. And that might be able to help you to be able to get your child through whatever situation they're actually having. Because as parents, we don't have a handbook, and we don't know everything that's right. But I say use, like y'all using this platform, people ask what's needed. If you don't know, ask someone. Someone can find the answer out for you. Like the lady said, my agency, we use early steps. I'm not even lying. We use that for every case where a child is 3 or younger. We use that because we want them to get assessed at an early age. Do it sooner than later.
You got any questions, Kevin? You can turn your mic on, and you can talk to Courtney.
I ain't got no question. I'm working on my I'm a guest too. Ask me some questions.
he said he a guest too.
Do you have any comments, any questions in the comments for Cool?
No, no question. A lot of people say, you know, like I said, when y'all be coming on with a lot of information, so people really know. You probably say, I want to ask that question. We said it already. So, yeah, we got no questions for Courtney on that, man.
Courtney. Once again, man, we appreciate your patience, man. Like I said, dude, let's clap them up, everybody. Let's clap them up. Let's clap Courtney up. Let's clap Courtney up. Thank you for coming on, bro. You know we're gonna be calling you back again, because we're about to be going to this mental illness in a couple of weeks. So you know I'm gonna want to bring you back on when I talk about mental illness. Thank you. I love you, big brother. Appreciate you for coming on, man. You heard me. Keep doing a great job, bro. We need you in the community. We need you helping. We need you. You see what I'm saying? Keep making a difference, bro. Like I said, it's shown, and everybody appreciate it, dog. You heard me?
Oh, yo, bro. But definitely love. And Kev, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, dog. You might need to get fined a little bit, because this phone is making some noise, dog. I mean, I'm just saying.
Don't worry about it. Next we're gonna be the Earl and the Cardboard Show. Me and Frank coming back.
No, I feel you, but hey, bro, but you want to know something? While you was drinking the drink, we wasn't hearing that noise. So maybe the drink had something to do with it too. Now,
I don't know, Courtney. I try my best to, I don't want you to have no dog pissing, no rats pissing. You can't make no noise on the phone. They can go in the house. You can't be outside in the box. So with the enclosed, it's just early, Courtney. Listen,
man, I ain't messing with y'all. All right, bro, love y'all, man.
You stupid, though.
Next week, look, tune in every for the All Cardboard Love Show. You know the Cardboard People. I ain't coming back.
Shit, bro, what's going on with all the distortion, bro? You know you have distortion going on, man, and it's been happening all show. Look at you right now, bro. You gonna go back and play this, and you gonna say, "Damn, look at me, I look like a robot."
I don't know, dog. I try my best to get some kind of good signal, See, hold on. Say it, T, baby. Whose side you on? Tell him Uncle Cole. Why would I come to New Orleans? Right by your house. I'm gonna show you.
Hey, man, look. I'd like to thank our guests once again, Linda Gladney, Stacey Francis, Courtney Burton, man. It was a great show. Thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all really provided some good resources for people. And I hope that was encouraging for everybody that heard it that may be borderline or struggling with a kid that has autism. We do this to try to encourage, to help. You know what I mean? This is our way of doing it. Kev, give me your social site right quick, Kev.
Right before we get off, somebody did make a valid point. She said we need to have some of the parents on that have autistic kids next show. We might have to do another show. We have some of the parents come on and talk about their experience. Okay. Like you shared your story. You might have somebody have a different story than what you have. So that is. I'm sorry I missed that in the comments. I'm sorry I missed that. I can't see the all white on the white beard, so everything is white right now. But like it's snowing outside. But yeah, it would be great to have some of the parents to come on.
Yeah, we will. I'll make sure I do another autism show. Like I said, I just had finally lined everyone up to have this show, man. I was excited about having because I've had the questions being asked since last season. So I was happy I was able to get this show done. It helped me with some of the questions that I had. So yeah, we're gonna have another show, and for everybody that wanna come on, I posted early, and like I said, just let me know or inbox me and say, I'd like to be a guest on one of the shows and talk about my experience with autism. So, like I said, we all here to help each other. Kev, give me a social site.
Y'all can find me at Kevin Comedian on Instagram, Kevin Howard on Facebook. I was on the AllLuvOverHereShow. Don't follow me over there no more. Follow me on the Angela Yee Show or something. But do follow us on YouTube. If you missed the show today, go to YouTube, the AllLuvOverHereShow on YouTube. I will upload the videos so y'all can watch it over and over. And please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get better content. We're trying to get a better platform. Our platform is your platform. Remember that. Our platform is your platform. Oh, and don't forget the hashtag. Go get your gear. Also got the new gear come out. Save us from us. Y'all saw the last couple of shows, the new shirts came out. Save us from us. We are our worst enemies. We are our biggest problem. That's my next move. Save us from us. Fred, what you got? Oh, I'm my bad. What you got?
Y'all already know, man. Look, holla at me if y'all want the Fly Beast gift, man. Like I said, I'm always representing. And y'all know, once again, shout out to Culver. That's why I wore this. I forgot. Shout out, man, to the state champs. Shout out to Culver, the state champs. You know what I mean? Once again, back to back. I mean, like I said, if your child play basketball and they won't win a state champ, come on, man, you need to come over there to Culver. If your child in a band and they want to be in the best band in the city, send them over there to Culver, man. If your child's struggling in school and you want them to do better academically, send them over there to Culver, man. Culver excelling. You see what I'm saying? Champs over here. Champs over here. You see what I'm saying? Let's get that understood. But if y'all want the fly gift, man, y'all hit me up at Beast by E Guyton at all my social sites. beachbiteeguide.com is the website. Remember, y'all want one of the fly brims. I don't make regular wool. Rabbit, Nutra, Beaver. I don't make regular wool. One more time. Rabbit, Nutra, Beaver. Holla at me, man, for the exotic, that exclusive. Holla at me, man. One,
No
we out
Polly.
this thing, man.
Not a sister Esther. He'll make her Polly. He'll make Esther and the sisters. No cotton. Rabbit, Beaver, Neutral, and chicken feathers.
Holla at me. We out this thing, man. We see y'all next week. Peace.